So every year I like to come out and get little holly clippings from our holly tree in the front yard. I think they look really nice with the wreath. And this is such a beautiful tree. I don't know if you have any hollies, but the kids love to climb this tree. It's a great climbing tree, but it's also so beautiful this time of year. And then I'm going to pop on over here, and I like to add Arboritae, I think that's how you say it, Arboritae, to the wreaths. And we have this little Arboritae bush right here that I like to use. Okay, so I've got my Arboritae, and in case you don't know what that is, it's an evergreen shrub. Looks like this. So it's real pretty. It's kind of have a light green tone to it. I like to add Cypress to my wreaths, and wow, these definitely are not looking as good as they were last year. Okay, so to my pile, we're gonna get some Cypress. And I should have brought a tray or a wheelbarrow, but it's still full of wood. So I'm gonna put that right there. I don't really come back here a whole lot, especially not this year. Jason has found a lot of copperheads back here in this area. So just some cypress clippings like this, I think are really add to the wreath. Okay, so I have my Arboritae, I have my Cypress, I have my holly tree, and then I have clippings from my Christmas tree. The first thing I'm going to do, oh, and then I have my Wreath Form. I have my 26 gauge wire, which you can also use 24. I think I normally use 24. I have my shears. I have my coffee. So the first thing you're going to do is just make bundles. Okay, so my first bundle, I'm going to do a cypress. I'm going to do an Arboritae. And then I'm going to do 2 Christmas tree clippings. And I like to make sure that the dark green is right here. There's my first clipping with that. So that's my first bundle, and I'm going to make 5 of these. The first thing you're going to do, as you have a couple of your bundles, is you're going to take your wire and you're going to find your top. So this is going to be my top, and I'm just going to tie it around. Now you do not want to cut your wire until the very end, because that's how you're going to keep your bundles together. Okay, so you're going to start like this. You're going to lay this down and you're going to kind of lay it out at an angle, okay? You're not going to lay it straight. You're going to kind of point it out to the side, and you're going to wrap it around once really tight. Maybe 2 to start the first bundle off, okay? And then you're going to come with your second bundle, and if this bundle faced towards the outside, then this bundle is going to face towards the inside. You're going to come down, you're going to face it the other way. And then you're going to wrap around. Okay, so here we go. All right, so out, in, out, in. Okay, so there is the start. Okay, so I'm back out. My camera battery died again. I'm getting really bad about forgetting to charge my battery at night. So then I'm in the middle of filming and it just dies. So now I've got different lighting and I can't get my camera situated, but I'm just gonna keep going with it. This is where I left off, and it looks like the last bundle I did, I faced in towards the inside. So when I first started, I think I was making the bundles a little too long. So I like them to be about 5 to 6 inches, which I think is what I said earlier. And so it's just a little cute bundle. So if you're looking at it, this one faces in. So I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna face it out. And then I'm gonna wrap my wire. So out, so I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna go in. And this way you're just overlaying and you're alternating out, in, and it really is just gonna give you a nice full coverage wreath. So Jason and the kids are out front putting Christmas decorations out, finally, December 13th. But with my dad passing, and there's just been some other things going on. We just haven't gotten to it. So we figured, why not now? Next bundle, in, out. And then we're gonna wrap. Because it's just fun. And I haven't really felt being in the Christmas spirit this year. And I'm sure a lot of people are, but you know, it's just a time where a lot of people are just dealing with grief. And grief is very, there's just a lot of elements to grief. Okay, so next bundle is going to be out. So see how nice and full, you know, just going out and in, out and in, out and in. And when you're done, if you kind of feel like there's an empty spot, which let's see, I feel like that's all around just really pretty. But grief is just, it has a lot of different elements to it, and a lot of different, I know some days I feel at complete peace, and other days I feel guilty, and because my dad was one who struggled with alcoholism for the last, 13 years? But it was the last 3 years that he really fought for his health and to be better. But his body had just received so much abuse over the years that his body just gave out. But, you know, there's a lot of guilt that comes when the loved one that you lost had an addiction. Because odds are you feel like you wish you could have fixed the problem. In reality, you can't. But so it is hard losing someone in that particular situation, which I know I'm not the only one. I know there are many of you out there who have lost this year to an addiction. And yeah, so I'm finding it just helpful to get out here and keep myself busy. So we're gonna go out. This is gonna be so pretty. I may give this to a neighbor. So, funny enough, I have a Christmas wreath that gets delivered to me every single year from a company out in Washington State. The former owners of this house must have ordered it every year. And every year, when I receive this wreath, I call this company and tell them, the owners do not live here anymore, and you're giving me this, you're sending this wreath, and every year I get it, and every year I go, and so I sometimes just think it's the Lord just, you know, I don't know, putting a smile on my face, because I love it. Oh, I secretly love it. Like, even this year, I was kind of disappointed because because last year I called twice actually, and spoke to someone just because I felt so bad keeping a wreath that I didn't pay for, and that very well could have been paid for by someone else as a gift to the former owners here. And so just to make sure that I wouldn't receive this wreath again, and I received it again. So I have grown to love this wreath from this company. And you know, if you have someone that you love and you don't really know what to give them for the holiday season, you know, that would be a great gift. Just a wreath for their holiday. Okay, got a little messy here with my bundles, but it's okay. I'm almost done. I've only got 1 or 2 more left. And as you can see, okay, so that went in. This one's gonna go out. So now I'm gonna do 2 last bows, and I bet you money I don't have enough bundles. Maybe I will just use some Christmas tree stuff. I'm gonna lift up the original bundle, and I'm gonna add this. So you're gonna start kind of going up underneath that original. So you wanna make sure not to wrap in those leaves. All right, so that went out. So I've lifted up. That went in. So now I'm gonna go out. And it does get kind of tricky not to wrap the original one, because you're going, nope, and I think I did it. Nope. Oh, I can't believe it just happened. Oh, man. All right. Well, and then you get to the very end, and then you have an oops like this. All right, so I guess if your wire breaks because you pull too hard, don't panic. Just pull it up and tie it to the wire. It's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. Gonna have to get some new wire here. All right, so I'm just gonna wrap it right through here. Y'all, this was not part of the tutorial, like how not to do it, you know? I don't know. So, look. A wreath. Okay, so now this is done, I gotta figure out what to do with it. But I'm gonna take you guys to the front yard because I want to show you what I did to the mailbox with the same thing, same concepts. But I took a, well, I'll tell you when I get up there. So, let's go.